The Spurs are back in action tonight with a big chance to get their third straight home win against an extremely tough Boston Celtic team. We talk about how the Spurs can pull off that third straight home win. We talk about the things we saw in the last few losses that we want to see better tonight. And then, of course, we talk about how the Boston Celtics do one thing really well that the Spurs struggle with. We'll get into all that. What's good, Spurs Digest family? I'm Bryan Colbert here with another Spurs Digest pregame show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that doorbell to be notified every time we post. We appreciate all y'all love. We are almost at 6K. And we couldn't have done that without y'all. And since we love y'all so much, we have a special thank for y'all from our partners over at Hot Takes, because it's still March Madness, baby. Spurs Digest family, it's that time of year again. Our favorite time of year. The madness has begun. March Madness, that's right. And we know y'all are major hoop fans here over at Spurs Digest, so we have partnered with the Hot Takes app to bring you something extremely special. That's right, we are kicking off a March Madness bracket for this channel, partnering with the Hot Takes app and, of course, other Digest channels. Now, it's completely free to sign up. That's right, completely free. Just download the Hot Takes app to find the Digest group to join the competition. And it's really exciting because this is such a small pool of people. You have a real chance at winning. And what could you win? $25,000. That's right, $25,000. Just check out the link below or scan the QR code to download the app. And make sure to use the promo code DIGEST in all caps. That's DIGEST in all caps to get exclusive perks when signing up. Again, this is a great way to win because the pool is so small. And again, who doesn't want an extra $25,000? And again, this is completely free to sign up, so make sure you sign up. If you have any questions, hit us in the email below, hit us in the comments. We are here to help, and we are so excited to offer this to our Spurs Digest family and our Digest family across all of our channels. Shout out to the Hot Takes app for partnering with us. We are so excited about this, and again, baby, the March Madness has begun. Shout out to our friends over at Hot Takes. Remember, if you have any questions, hit us in the comments now to tonight's game because it's going to be a big one. The Spurs suffered a tough loss against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was looking like they were going to pull off the upset, but were not able to in a very, very close 116-124 game. The Spurs fell short, but we saw things in this game that make you optimistic for a game like tonight because, yes, the Celtics are the number 2 team in the East, but the Cavs were number 1. So clearly this Spurs team can compete, and you know how I feel. I want to see these guys compete each and every night they step on the court. And, of course, that all goes to my guy, Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle has looked like the true Rookie of the Year, and he continues to play like it, dropping 22 points in the loss to the Cavaliers with a double-double, 11 rebounds. He got over 1,000 points already this year, and Stephon Castle continues to show why he's the man. And this is one of those games right here where you can really show your prowess, how strong you are, because the Celtics do a lot of things right, and they have some very, very tough guard and wing play. We are going to need Stephon Castle on both ends tonight to get it done. And to me, that's been what's most impressive about Stephon Castle this season has been his ability to do it all. We're seeing him rebound. We're seeing him hustle. He's not scared. He gets to the line. He does all those little things you want your young guy to do. And it's just been so impressive to see. And he really is looking like a cornerstone franchise piece of this franchise. I mean, you got to love seeing it. Everything just looks a lot better. He could have been a lot more efficient against the Cavs. However, he's taking a lot more shots because of all these injuries, because guys are out. He is being asked to do more than things he normally would be asked to do, but I really feel like he has rose to the occasion. So I'm very, very excited to see what Stephon Castle can do. And honestly, it's been great to see him all season. So we talk about these games, and yes, we understand that, the season might be over. We're 4 games out of 10th, which would be the play-in. It's a very, very rushed of games with just a couple weeks left in the season. So what are we looking for? We are looking for development. We are looking for signs of the future. And Stephon Castle shows us each and every time he steps on this court that the future is very, very bright for this young man. 22 points, 8 assists, 11 rebounds in his last effort. And again, that's against the number 1 team in the East. So Stephon Castle, I have no doubt, will be huge tonight. And if the Spurs are able to find any type of success, it's going to go through our rookie guard. And then, of course, Jeremy Sochan. Now, this one to me is very important because y'all know I'm a big Jeremy Sochan guy. But the reason why tonight's so important for me And the Celtics team we're playing against is because they have so much length and they have so much size. And because of all the injuries, we have seen Jeremy Sochan play that backup 5 role, which I think he's great at. I really think Jeremy's one of those guys that can guard the 1 through 5. I think he's somebody that all good teams should have. And I just love everything about his game and the way he's just so versatile. But tonight's going to be a very, very tough test for him because he is coming off that bench. He's going to be matched up against Kristaps Porzingis a number of times. He's going to match up against a lot of size. And his job is going to be hard tonight, man. I hope he got his rest because I think, to me, he's probably the most important player of this game for the San Antonio Spurs. To me, if he's able to lock it, if he's able to make things tough on the offensive side for the Boston Celtics, the Spurs really do have a chance to get things done tonight. So I'm also looking at a guy like Jeremy Sochan, and again, we talk about the future. We talk about these cornerstone pieces of this franchise, and Jeremy Sochan could very well be that. You know, we look at all these guys, and we talk about these trades and things like that, and I'm just like, please don't chase Jeremy Sochan. Please do not trade this guy. To me, I think he's the perfect complement to Victor Wembanyama. I've said it over and over again. A guy that can do all of this dirty work, a guy that can play the 1 through 5, a guy that can guard the 1 through 5. He rebounds, he can score, and he's an irritant. He's one of those guys that sets the tone every time he's on the court. So to me, this is another way for him to prove what he's able to do and his value for this Spurs team. And then, of course, last but not least, I am looking at Keldon Johnson. Man, Keldon Johnson, you talk about consistency. You talk about consistency when your role has been inconsistent. I feel like this is the first time we've really seen Keldon be able to play a consistent role. They have consistently said, hey, you're going to be that 6th man off the bench. And he has just rose to the occasion. 17 points in the loss to the Cavaliers, but also added 10 rebounds. And he just does all of those little things like we talk about Jeremy Sochan. Now, I do not know if Keldon and his contract are part of the future of the San Antonio Spurs. However, the better he plays, the higher that trade value goes. We're going to keep talking about it because it is facts. So I want to see another strong game from Keldon because the better he does, I think, again, the value skyrockets for him. I think he is somebody that's going to be a very, very valuable asset, whether that's a trade, whether that's a rotation piece. I just feel like I've enjoyed watching Keldon grow. I've enjoyed watching him since he was drafted to the Spurs, and it's just been so great to see him be able to rise to the occasion to yet another role. I don't know if you guys remember me talking to you. It was one of my first videos on this channel, and we talked about the preseason and like what I was excited to see Keldon be able to accomplish because, again, we remember him cutting that weight. We remember that his role was going to change again. So, like, to me, it was very, very cool to see him once again rise to the occasion of a brand new role. And I really think the Spurs are going to rise to the occasion tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I really expect the Spurs to give the Boston Celtics hell. The Spurs have shown that they are a tough team, no matter if they're going against the number 1 team in the East or one of the bottom teams in the West. We have seen the Spurs rise to the occasion. And I think tonight could be a very great night to rise to the occasion because the Boston Celtics, they have their minds on the playoffs. They've already clinched. They're locked in on a whole nother level. Take their hearts tonight. Show them why y'all are the future of not only the Western Conference, but the future of the NBA. Spurs family, I hope y'all are as excited as me to see some more Spurs basketball. It's kind of crazy to think we are just a few weeks away from the season being over, and what a season it's been. There's been so many injuries. There's been so many lines and storylines that we did not expect to happen. But I know one thing, it's been great to see the way these guys have been able to adjust, deal with this adversity, and just find ways to still be relevant and keep finding ways to make it tough for teams to beat them. Again, the Spurs are on a 2-game winning streak at home. We have seen 2 losses back-to-back. However, we have not seen them lose at home for quite some time. Can they get that 3rd straight home win? I think they can do it, Spurs family. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling right now. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling tonight. Where y'all going to be watching the games? We want to hear from y'all because we have to enjoy these moments because there's only a few left in this season, and it's kind of crazy to say. So, Spurs Digest family, let's hope the Spurs get a win tonight and show why they are the future of the NBA. For Spurs Digest, I am Bryan Colbert. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that doorbell to be notified every single time we post. And as always, go Spurs, go, baby. Let's get this win.